Today we're going to be talking about how to use monk mode to change your life. Now remember, monk mode is the process of going into a very focused state for an extended period of time without distractions so that you can get profound amounts of work done. The more profound your work, the more you need to be able to focus. Removing distractions from your life is going to help you accelerate your business unlike anything else. In fact, it's the #1 reason that most people fail at business is because they are hyper distracted. You're watching too much TV, you're eating too much food, you're spending too much time socializing, doing the things that take your eye off the ball. And I know that sounds hard, but listen, if you want to be successful and you want to have an abundance of clients to serve and you want to make an impact on the world, then you've got to cut out all of that nonsense that doesn't drive you forward. That means removing things from your life that are taking your attention away from the main goal. Monk mode is one of the ways that you can get yourself more focused. So we've talked about what monk mode is in previous videos. Please go watch those to get yourself up to speed. But the thing that I want to teach you today is about the monk mode model that you're going to use when you start doing monk mode. There are 4 distinct models, and then there's a hybrid model. That's the one that I use that I'll share with you in just a little bit. For those of you who don't know me, it's Prouty, and for the last 22 years, I have had thousands of paying clients who I've helped grow their businesses by teaching them how to attract clients from the internet and from social media. But I do it in a way like you might not think. If you're new to my channel, now would be a genius time to click the subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you get alerts every time I create new content like this. My clients get paid to impact lives, and they come to me looking for a way to have more clients to serve because they want to generate revenue doing something they love. So we work together on predictable systems to attract more clients into their businesses and systems that make their businesses just work better. Let's talk about these 4 monk mode models. That's kind of hard to say. Let's talk about these 4 monk mode models. The very first one I like to call the flow model. In the flow model, it's very predictable. You have this rhythm to the way you do monk mode. It's blocked off in your calendar. It's 1 to 4 hours in length. That's what I recommend for monk mode. We generally can't work on something with focus for more than 4 hours. So block off 1 to 4 hours a couple of times a week, or at least once a week, and you go into monk mode on time, every time. So that's the first monk mode model, which is called, I call it the flow model. Some people call it the rhythm model or the schedule model. I like to call it the flow model. The second is the opportunistic model. In the opportunistic model, when you are looking at your schedule and you see a break that you can take during the day, you say, that's when I'm going to do monk mode today. As long as it's an hour long, that's going to work out for you. So if you're the kind of person that has a very dynamic schedule, become opportunistic. Look for those times when you can actually get into that monk mode. It might not be 4 hours, but even an hour is going to have a tremendous amount of benefit for you. The next is monastic. In this model, what you're doing is you're eliminating the non-monk mode work from your life. So you're automating, you're delegating, you're deleting, you're deferring, you're getting rid of things that are not monk mode, that are not the one thing, the deep things that you work on. All of the shallow stuff, you get somebody else to do. And when you do that, it gets more of your life and more of your work into monk mode because you've eliminated all of the other stuff. And then the number 4th, is the bimodal, where you have specific days that you dedicate to going into monk mode. These might be once a week, once a month, once a quarter, once a year. Bill Gates from Microsoft has Think Weeks. He calls them Think Weeks, where he goes into isolation for a week or weeks at a time. And that's been very productive for him. And so you just dedicate an entire day to getting this stuff done. So Those are the 4 models, and I want to share with you how I do it and then give you a tip on what you can start doing right away. But before I get to that, if you are serious about growing your business and you would like to attend my free workshop on how to get more clients into your business from social media, just head over to proutyclass.com. Prouty is my last name, class is what you're taking.com keeps me on the internet. Go to proutyclass.com and give me your email address. I'm going to send you a link to check out my free workshop. I made it just for you. I think you're going to have a great time in it because I had a lot of fun making it. So how do I do it? Which model do I use? Well, as I mentioned earlier, it's actually a hybrid model. I have entire days that are regularly scheduled where I go into monk mode. In those days, so that's the bimodal approach. In those days, I then take the flow approach and I do a 4-hour block with a break, then a 4-hour block with a break, and then another 4-hour block with a break. That break is usually the end of the day. I gotta go to bed after that point. So I combine those 2 models together. I also do opportunistic. If I happen to look at my schedule and I see a block of time, it's not frequent that it happens, that I will then take that time and try to get some focused work done. And then I have also eliminated a lot of the shallow work in my business. It's either been deleted, deferred, or delegated. So my time is spent on focus time. So I've taken all 4 of these monk mode models and created a hybrid approach that works very well for me. It wouldn't work very well for a lot of people, but it does work very well for me. I have amazing amounts of discipline. I can work focused on one thing for extended amounts of time without getting tired. I don't eat. I fast every day of the week except for Sundays. And so I only eat for about a half an hour a day. So I can work from the moment I get up until very late in the day, and I don't have to eat because it's just not on my schedule to eat. So all of that discipline factors into how I do monk mode. It might not work for you, but it might. And so what I would encourage you to do, try these different modes, figure out what's going to work. The number 1 tip I would like to give you is consistency. Whichever mode you choose, be consistent with it. And just make sure you're following that consistency over and over and over and over again. And that's what's going to work incredibly well for you, because consistency is what's going to produce the results. You might not see the results right away, but consistency will help you get those results. While everything I just taught you is incredibly important, it might not be the only thing that you need right now, which is why I'll put a link for a video right here for you to check out right now. This is going to help you even more. And if you click on my face, you can subscribe to my channel and get alerts every time I create new content like this.